Let's start. Okay. So can you summarize the social traits? Start from there. I'm telling.
It is used to measure social development. There are 5 social traits: social maturity, social acceptance, social conformity, social skills, and participation in social activities.
Very good. Can you summarize?
Social maturity is like learning socially approved norms and values so that they can adapt to the society and environment. Then social acceptance is who receives social acceptance. Like if we do something good, we receive the society's acceptance. Then they become more confident so that they can do, if the society accepts, they are more confident on doing that. Then social conformity is like the conform to accepted behavior of society.
Somebody who get more confidence and responsibility, right?
They can confirm that behavior is good or bad. Then social skills like sympathy, sharing, caring, etc., cooperation.
Yeah.
Then participation in social activities like festivals, etc.
So I think the social traits is clear for you, right? Let's move on to a new term, which means in the social changes, we learned about family changes, how the family influence the adolescence identity formation, how peer group influence, how schools, teachers, how the grandparents, everyone, how these changes influence the identity formation that we already discussed. Let's move on to a new term. Okay, that is, yeah, stereotype. Okay, Stereotype. Stereotype. Yeah, this is the spelling. Okay, so let's discuss what is stereotype and what is gender and sex role. Okay, we're going to discuss these terms: gender, sex role, and stereotype. Okay, we'll discuss. Okay, first we'll discuss the stereotype, the word meaning. Yeah, I'll give an example, then we'll discuss with the definitions. Yeah, a pink for girls and blue for boys. Why? Any idea? We always give a pink dress for a newborn baby girl, and we give a blue dress for a newborn boy. Why? Why is it so? Any idea? No, right? But we usually do that. Usually follow that system, right? And also, girls love to play with the Barbie dolls. For boys, we provide the guns, vehicles, and all. Why? Any reason for that, Sanjana? Any reason? We all observe that, right? Any reason for that? In Kinder Joy also you can see a pink for girls and blue toys for boys. This is a stereotype, a kind of generalized belief about a kind of people or a group of people. Girls like these kind of things, boys like these kind of things. That is a part of stereotype. Clear? So you can write the definition. Stereotype. It is a preconceived label about someone, about someone, especially about a group of people, especially about a group of people. Is that clear? What is the meaning of stereotype? A generalized belief about a group of people. For females, for men, and all, we have a kind of generalized belief or a generalized opinion about a group of people or a someone. Yeah, that is. Do you love pink? No, right? Look, that is a kind of generalization about a group of people. Girls always love pink. This is a best example for the stereotype. Next time, if you watch these kind of advertisement and all, just identify what are the stereotypes in this advertisement as well as in films and all. Just identify, just observe that thing. Okay. Then next term, that is gender role or sex role. What the same? Okay. Gender role or sex role. Here, we already discussed that the society has certain kind of expectations, right? But the society has a different expectation from us as well as males. Girls are very silent, pleasant, and for motherhood, care their children, homemaker, all these kind of concept that is related with ladies or females, right? In the case of boys, they are very brave. They need to get money. They need to work. All these are related with the male. Okay, this is a kind of gender role because the society has different kind of expectations for different genders. That's it. So that is the word meaning of stereotype and gender role. Gender role is a way of, you can write, otherwise it leads to confusion. Gender role is a way of appearing and behaving and behaving that meets cultural expectations that meets cultural expectations based on an individual's gender, that meets cultural expectations based on an individual's gender. So I'll read. The stereotype is a preconceived label about someone, especially about a group of people. In gender role, it's a way of appearing and behaving that meets cultural expectations based on the individual's gender. This is the definition for stereotype and gender role. Is that clear? Okay, if you want, just write the examples for that. Okay, the pink, blue, and all that comes under the stereotype part, and the toys, the dolls and kitchen set for girls, the vehicles and guns that is for boys. That is a stereotype, the example for stereotype. Yeah. For gender role, females are motherhood, kindness, homemaker, look after children and all, while the males are bravery, protector, etc. That comes under the gender role. Is that clear? I'll read certain paragraph from your textbook. Okay. There's a heading, development of gender role and stereotype. So one of the most important development tasks of adolescent is to learn to play approved sex roles, because I already told you that our society has separate expectations for different genders. So we need to learn that kind of things. Okay. Then yeah, our society has separate expectations from them with female softness, kindness, motherhood. It's already in your textbook, okay? Separate expectations from them with females, that is softness, kindness, motherhood, and a homemaker with is attached. Okay, while with males, the qualities like bravery, protector, manager are attached. Okay, that is a difference then. Yeah, in every society organization, there are clear-cut and defined sex roles played by male and female members, and they are recognized by female and manly traits. Okay, there are certain traits. Then, as the secondary sexual development starts in adolescence, they are expected to their traditional sex roles, which means, what do you mean by that? We learned about the primary sex characteristics and secondary sex characteristics, right? Yeah, so after this maturation, they need to adjust with this society's expectation. That what society tells us, okay? Yeah, from 3 years onwards, children start understanding their separate sex roles and accept them naturally. Why? Because we are the reason we are providing the pink and all, we are providing the guns for different genders, right? That is the main reason the stereotype also develop in small kids. So we need to avoid that. It is better to provide a white cloth for an infant. Okay, that is a better thing. Or provide other colors, orange, green, anything like that. Don't give these kind of stereotypic colors for children. Okay? Yeah, that's all about this thing. Then sex role stereotype affect the identity formation of adolescents. So now we are discussing the identity formation, right? So this gender role as well as sex role and stereotype, all these things that affect the identity formation of an adolescent. Clear? Yeah. The last portion. So we finished the social changes here. Social changes. Let's move on to the cultural changes. How these cultural differences influence the identity formation. Okay, this is our last portion in the chapter 4. Okay, small chapter, right? All the chapters are really small. But we have 27 chapters. That's a problem, okay? After chapter 6, I will repeat all these chapters, okay? So because the chapter from the chapter 2 to chapter 6 that belongs to the human development or the child development part. After this chapter 6 from chapter 7 and all we are starting the nutrition part. Okay, so after the chapter 6 I will revise all these things. Then we'll move on to the next chapter. Okay, so let's move on to the cultural influence on identity. So we have a two culture, right? Just imagine a two culture, Eastern culture and Western culture. We are the Eastern culture, which means the Keralites and all belong to the Eastern culture. Western culture, yeah, the Americans, everyone that comes under the Western culture. So what is the difference? Do you feel any kind of differences in these cultures? You can read from the slide and just share your viewpoint.
Dressing code,
Yeah. Then,
education, freedom, restrictions.
okay. So look, in Eastern culture, the onset of puberty places many restrictions on girls. Do you agree with the statement? Right. In Eastern culture in Kerala and all, after the maturation or after the menstruation, they will give a number of restrictions. Yeah, that's a difference between the Eastern culture and Western culture. So this cultural differences also influence the identity formation because here we are restricting them. Just look the Western culture. They have low restriction or they have no restriction. After puberty, they are matured. They have freedom. But in our case, our freedom is restricted. Their case, they provide all the freedoms for the dress, for their own interest. They can choose their own partner also. Okay, there is no problem there. So that restrict the opportunities and responsibilities here, they provide a number of responsibilities. So due to these opportunities, that leads to a differences in identity formation as school, right? We learned about school differences. Some schools provide academic more, some schools provide the co-curricular activities more. That leads to a differences in opportunity. That leads to identity formation, right? Differences in identity formation. Just like as that, here in Eastern culture and Western culture, some culture they provide a number of restrictions, but some culture they have no restriction. That leads to a identity that influence identity formation. Otherwise, sometimes it leads to all confusions, issues and all. Then they depend more on parents in Eastern culture, right? Here, nobody is encouraging to do work and then learn, right? Now, doing work and learning, both are fine, right? Yeah. But in our case, there is no such options. Yeah. We depend more on parents. Till the marriage, we are depend on the parents. In their case, they get more freedom and they move. Sometimes some individuals, they move away from the family and they start their own family. Yeah. They date with others. Yeah. Then working while studying is not approved here. That's another cultural difference. They start earning in their extra time. In Western culture, they go for work and they earn money and then they use that money for their own things, for studying, education and all. But here we depend more on our parents. That is a cultural difference. Clear? Is that clear? It's general topic, right? Nothing more to learn. Yes. So culture is part of everyone's life. Culture can also be seen as a surface medium through which people express their ideas and their collective identity, their beliefs and value systems, their observable behavior like language, slang, dressing style, tattoos, music, art form, their roles, model. Everything is influenced through their culture, right? The tattoos that belongs to another culture, and the art forms that is also different in different cultures. The Kathakali and all, that's an art form. The Bharatanatyam, it's another art form. But when we compare with another culture, they have a different kind of form. Hip hop and all, it's another culture, right? Yeah. Then the Eastern culture, the adolescent is still depend on parents, and their ideas are also related with their family. Yeah. Yeah. Whereas in the Western culture, the adolescents are supported to support themselves financially, and they can contribute towards their family expenses also. They are begin to do work, they gain money, they also do their own things, as well as they also provide money for their family needs or family things. Okay. Then, yeah, in some places they start living separately in the case of Western culture that we discussed, right? Then gender role typing also influences identity and personality. There's a stereotype and gender role things that influence the identity formation. Today I'll give you notes. Okay, you read, and if you have any doubts, you can free to message me. Okay. In Western culture, the girls are encouraged to be more independent, confident, and it is not considered wrong if they start earning in their extra time for their pocket money. Okay. I think it's clear, right? In Indian context, working and earning while studying, especially in parents, are well off is not approved. In our case, the parents are not approved for these kind of working and learning kind of behavior. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Then in Western and urban culture, girls are more independent and they have more confidence when compared with these Eastern culture girls. While in Eastern and rural culture, girls have identity problems. Sometimes they are less confident in facing social situations and all. Yeah. Some girls are, they always find difficulty in meeting others and interacting with others and all. Yeah. This is due to lack of opportunities. Yeah, we need opportunity to express our ideas. We need opportunity to do everything, right? That is the main thing. If you get an opportunity, you will definitely excel in that field. Yeah. But we need the kind of opportunity. Or someone is ready to do work, they can excel in that work, right? That's it. So that's all about our chapter 4, influences on identity formation, socio-cultural changes. Okay. So chapter 2, that is about understanding the self, how the self is developed and all. Chapter 3, how physical changes influence the identity formation. Chapter 4, how social and cultural changes that influence the identity formation. Let me ask you one question. What is identity?
Who we are and what makes us different from others, how we
Okay.
are viewed by the world.
Okay. So it can be the qualities, beliefs, personality, looks, or expressions that make a person. That is an identity. Very good. So we can say it is a set of behavioral or personal characteristics by which an individual is recognizable in a group. That is commonly an identity. We have personal identity and social identity. Personal identity that is related to us, and social identity, we compare ourselves with a group of people. Like I'm an Indian. Like that. Okay. So before moving to the next chapter, let's discuss few questions. Okay. A review question. After the class, I will send this review questions to your number. Okay. First one, that is very short answer questions. Social development of any adolescent can be assessed on the basis of dash. I'll repeat. Social development of any adolescent can be assessed on the basis of dash. You're right. Yeah.
Social
Very
traits.
good. Social traits. Onset of puberty and starting of physical changes mark the arrival of dash.
Social maturity.
Onset of puberty and starting of physical changes mark the arrival of adolescence. Yeah. Then adolescents learn social skills like dash, dash, and dash towards society and nation. Social skills. Three options, three dashes are here. Yeah.
Sympathy, cooperation, sharing, caring, etc.
Okay, very good. So then dash, dash, and dash are the patterns of friendship developed by adolescents.
Gang and
Hmm? Gang, then
sums and CLIQUE.
clique, CLIQUE, clique. Okay. So I'll repeat the question. Dash, dash, and dash are the patterns of friendship developed by adolescents. So chums, clique, gangs are the pattern that is developed in adolescence. Very good. Then define social development by Harlock. By
The accusation of the ability to behave in accordance to the social expectation.
very good. That is a definition by Harlock. If a question asks particularly write the definition of Harlock, you are supposed to write that definition only. Okay. Yeah. Write name of one social trait.
Social maturity.
Yeah, good. Social maturity. Very good. Then, yeah. What do you understand by socialization? Carries 2 mark.
To behave according to the norms and values.
Hmm.
Then about the Harlock definition.
You can write the definition. Then,
Then the social traits.
hmm. What is norms, values? You can include all these things. How the society influence us. Yeah, as an individual person, as a group of person, you can include all these things. Yeah. Then, yeah. What do you understand by culture? What do you understand by culture? Look, the questions are twisted in the form of twisted form, right? Yeah. Culture. What do you write if a question asks like this? What do you understand by the term culture?
I'll write about the social development.
For what? For what reason? Dear, you're just asking about what do you understand by culture. Second, right? We discussed about two culture, right? Eastern culture, Western culture, so that differences, how they differ, how these differences influences in our personality or identity, and is that clear for you? I'll repeat the question. What do you understand by culture? Culture, Eastern culture and Western culture. You have to write the differences. Then write 2 traits of socialization. The socialization is same as social development. Okay, so you can write the 2 things, that is social acceptance and social conformity. Why do the adolescents want to have friends of opposite sex? What you write? Why do the adolescents want to have the friends of opposite sex? What is the need? Can
To
write as a
have more
story.
better friends.
Okay. Hmm. You can include
Attraction.
any gangs. In
Sorry.
early gangs and all gangs. Yeah, in early adolescence we only depend on same sex members. In late adolescence we depend more on, not depend more on, we include them to our gang. There is no problem for that. Then due to this hormonal changes and all, they started to attract. Attraction kind of behavior is also there. Yeah, that's it. Then this is a short answer question that carries 3 mark. Okay. Ramesh is not part of any group, which means Ramesh is not in a friendship group. Write 3 disadvantages he will suffer. No friends. So what are
He
the
will
problems?
not be able to socialize.
Hmm.
Mm. He will be like odd from the group. of
Hmm.
friends. He will not have much
Interesting.
good friends.
Ah. It can be leads to depression, loneliness kind of behaviors. You can include that thing. Yeah. And they also get limited opportunities because there is no friends. There is nothing to do more within a gang. Yeah. So opportunities or responsibility, everything is less. Can write all these things. That will affect their personality, that will affect their identity formation. That is the main thing. You have to include that. Okay. Then discuss the relationship of adolescents with siblings. This question carries 4 marks. Okay. Siblings. So you can write how these sibling relationships in early adolescence and late adolescence, why we need these siblings, because we spend most of the time or we share things, we express our ideas, we express our fears, everything to them. So then also write the differences in this early as well as in the late adolescence. And you can also include the age group of this early adolescence and late adolescence. Okay, so you can write more points there. Yeah. What role does a teacher play in the social development of an adolescent? We discussed that the school as well as teacher plays an important role in the social development, right? Social development of a child, because from school we get a number of opportunity. The teacher also help them to gain the social skills, leadership skills, managerial skills and all. Yeah. So you can include all these things. How this teacher influence a child's identity formation. Yeah. Yeah, then discuss the relationship of parents and adolescents. Discuss the social development in early and late adolescence. Yeah. Look at this question, the last question. That is a long answer question that carry 5 marks. Okay. Discuss the social development in early and late adolescence. So you can write what is adolescence, what comes under the early adolescent, what comes under late adolescent. The family changes, peer changes, school changes. You have to write all these things. How the early adolescence and late adolescent influence these social changes. Okay? Is that clear? So any doubts from this chapter, dear?
Ma'am, that last topic, can you just show the slide? I didn't write the
A
notes.
cultural difference, no?
Mm.
Yeah, I'll show. So let's start a new chapter. Write the heading, Influences on Identity Formation hyphen Emotional Changes. That is our chapter 5. Chapter 5, Influences on Identity Formation, Emotional Changes. So we already finished the physical changes and socio-cultural changes. So we are moving to the next change, that is emotional changes. How this emotional changes influence the identity formation of an adolescent girl as well as an adolescent boy. Okay. Yeah. Can you list few emotions? Just write few emotions. Can you read?
Happy, sad, depressed, anxious, anger and guilt.
Anger and
Guilt.
guilty feeling. Okay, all these are emotions. So, what is emotion? Let me ask that.
Feeling.
Feelings, yeah. So, emotional development. Before moving to the lesson, let's understand that. What is emotional development? Social development means
The accusation ability.
you by-hearted that's the definition, right? The acquisition of the ability. Well, the society has certain norms and values. We need to learn that kind of things to adjust with the society. That is social development, how to interact with others and all. Here in emotional development, which means we have number of emotions, like sad, anger, fear. All these are emotions, right? So we need to control this emotion. Sometimes we need to regulate this emotion in a correct way, right? So for an example, if a child learn these kind of emotions and how to control these emotions in their life and how to, yeah, form a secure relationship, all these comes under the emotional development, which means how a child learn these kind of emotions to control in their life or how to regulate these emotions in life and to form a secure and a warm as well as a firm relationship with others. That comes under the emotional development. Okay, I'll show the slide. You just please write the definition of emotional development. So it is a process of learning to recognize and express one's feelings. We all have a number of feelings, right? Emotional patterns or feelings, all are same. Okay, so we need to learn and also to control. You need to learn how to control this emotion, how to recognize the emotion. It is very important to recognize others' emotion. Yeah, then only we can express our feeling with others. We need to recognize their emotions. Yeah, that comes under the emotional development. So it refers to a child growing ability to regulate and control emotions and to form, please include that thing, okay, and to form secure relationship, include that thing in the definition, and to form secure relationship, yeah, that's it, and to form secure relationship. Yeah, just imagine somebody blames you. Hmm? What will happen? In a public way, in a public situation, somebody blames you, what will happen? You'll definitely get anger, right? But due to this emotional development, we control our emotion, right? So then we can say that your emotional development is in a right track. Just imagine the opposite thing. We are going to fight with them publicly. What does that mean? Because our emotional development is not in a right track. Is that clear? Okay? Then, what about the children? In the case of children, what about their emotion? Is it like us? No, right? Their emotion is always in a temporary mode, not a permanent one. Yeah. Suppose, just imagine if a child is very sad, we are going to give a chocolate for them. What will happen? They will automatically smile and they will very happy. They will do next things or next task by forgetting all these things, all these kind of sadness and all. Because their emotion is not fixed. That is always temporary in nature. Yeah, that is the reason. They need to learn these kind of emotions during that time, which means before 1 year and all, they need to learn these kind of emotions and only they can control that. Otherwise, till that time, their emotion, all these emotions are in a temporary mode. Okay. So these are the certain emotions. It's a very short chapter. Okay. Just right. All these are the certain emotion: anger, jealousy, curiosity, affection, mood swings, attraction, fear, and emotional control. Emotional control is a different term. Affection, attraction, mood swings, curiosity, all these also belong to the emotional things. Okay. What about your emotion? Can you read the list once again?
Happy, sad, depressed, anxious, anger and guilt.
Happy, sad, then guilt,
Depressed,
depressed.
anxious,
Okay.
anxious, anger,
Anxious. Very good.
and guilt.
Okay. So include this fear, attraction, mood swings, affection, curiosity, jealousy, and all. Okay, all these are also part of our emotions, the common emotions. Okay, so let's start from the anger. Okay. Yeah. What are the common situations that usually have this kind of emotion?
When
Just
there
like
is no understanding,
very good. When there is no understanding, the last class we learned, right? Yeah. Then you know,
doesn't agree with the statement,
yeah, the society or our parents have certain norms or our peers have certain norms. If we have a different kind of norms, these two things get conflicts, right? A conflict relationship is there that leads to kind of problems. Yeah, very good. Then
generation gap,
generation gap. Okay. What about someone interfering in your matters? If I'm going to interfere in all your things, what is your habits, weakness, your family things, your personal matters? That also leads to the kind of behavior, this emotion, right? Anger. Okay. That is our first one. So adolescents get angry very frequently whenever they feel nobody understand them. Somebody is interfering in their matters. Okay, nobody understand them. Somebody is interfering. That is a common thing. Then yeah, some people show their anger vocally, right, by using bad words and all. Yeah, they are shouting. They are going to shout and use a kind of bad words and all. Yeah, do you know someone like that? Yeah, we all know, right? Me. Okay. Hmm. Basically, I show this kind of anger by broken things. I just throw certain things and all, or usually the door. Usually shut that door in a fast way. That is my way of anger management. Okay. Yeah. So don't shout with the bad words. Okay, try to adjust with that behavior. Try to adjust with that emotion. Otherwise, I'll tell you your emotional development is not in a right track. Okay. So try to control that. It is very difficult to control our emotion. I'm a very sensitive person. What about you? I easily get sad, easily get depressed. Sometimes my mood swings from a happy to a sad in a quick of time. In a just a minute, I'll change my mood. I don't know why. That is a kind of thing. Okay, so we need to control that thing. I'm also learning how to control this thing, how to control my emotions and sensitivity and all. Yeah. So that is the first one. Then, yeah, anger. The rest of the emotion we will discuss in the next class. I'm winding up the class. Okay. Any doubts? So this emotional development, that is our fifth chapter. Emotional development means it is a process of learning how to regulate and control our emotion and also to form a secure relationship, because we need this regulation of emotions or control of emotion to form a good relationship or to build a good relationship. We need to identify their emotion, then only we can solve their problem. Yeah, that's it. So any doubts there? No, right?
no, ma'am.
Yeah. No, right? Yeah, I'll send the notes today. Okay, take care. Bye.